Hello students, hope you're all doing fine. I'm a new teacher, Mrs. Beena Prabha. You can call me Beena ma'am. I'll be taking EVS for you. So today we'll see a new topic, chapter 14, emergency shelter. So in this video we'll be covering half of the portion, and the next video the other half. Okay, so today we'll be seeing emergency shelter. So during emergency, or say during a natural calamities, when your houses are being destroyed due to natural calamities, then where you will go and stay, or how you're going to be rehabilitated and all, we'll be studying in this chapter, right? Or who is going to help you, all these things we'll be studying in this chapter. So before going for that, we'll first see what is natural calamity or natural disaster. Okay, natural calamity means it just occur very suddenly, and it also cause a great damage to life and property. So they don't just announce and come, it just comes. For earthquake and all, you cannot know today you will have earthquake, tomorrow you're going to have earthquake. It just come, and if it is going to be a very strong earthquake, then there will be great damage to the life and also the property. Property means the building, roads and all, they will be damaged or destroyed, right? So example is earthquake, cyclone, flood and also tsunami. So there will be a great loss in life and property. So you'll be seeing what are the precautions and how this earthquakes, or what causes the what are the damages the earthquake causes and all, we'll be seeing in a little bit detail. So the next we'll be seeing, say here in this picture, you'll be seeing first the building all collapsed. So that will be due to earthquake. Next picture you will see all the palm trees, due to wind it has been blown to one side, the leaves of the palm trees. So that is because of cyclone, where the wind is very heavy, high speed wind they have during cyclone. So the trees and the leaves, they just keep on swaying here and there because of the heavy wind. And then you have the tsunami. So tsunami, you will have waves, very big waves you have. So that you see in that last picture, where the cars and all are washed off, the trees, cars and all, they are washed off, and they cause the destruction not only to the trees and the cars or the buildings, but also to man. Even man, he is also washed off. Man, animal and all, they are washed off. Then during flood, the whole area will be flooded with water. So these natural calamities we'll be seeing in detail. Okay, the first one is earthquake. So what happened during an earthquake? The earthquake, it occurs suddenly, because sudden movement of the earth surface or the earth crust, where the earth crust is being shaken. So you will have tremors or the shaking. So you will feel it. Okay, and if it is very strong, then they will be causing so much of destruction. Even people, many people, they will lose their life, their houses, it will be destroyed. The big buildings, apartments, shopping complex, everything will be destroyed, and then huge damage will be caused to the life and property. So if there is an earthquake, what precaution will you take? That we'll be seeing the next one. So if there is a tremor, then you should, if you are inside the house, you are not outside but inside the house, so you are not able to run out. So the good thing is to just get under the bed. Bed means the cot, not the bed, the cot. Under the cot where you sleep. So under the cot, or under heavy table, not the plastic table. If you are under the plastic table and if something falls on the table will break. So naturally you will also get hit. So you have to be under the heavy table. Then instead of lift, if you are in an apartment, instead of lift, just run down using a stairs. Then if you are outdoors, if you are outside the house, then you just stay away from big buildings and also trees, because there is very big chances that the tree will uproot or it will fall down, and also the buildings also may crash down. So it is better you stay away from these. So these are some of the examples. Say here they have shown the cars. If you are driving a car, you can just go and park it in a bit away, avoiding the bridges and all. So bridges and all, it is the means there are chances to collapse. So if it collapses, then it will come and fall on your car, and you will also be injured or even maybe killed. And also stay away from the cupboards and all where you store things. Maybe due to this tremor or due to the shaking, whatever you have stored in your cupboard may fall onto you. And stay away also from the utility wires and all. So because there is a great chances that it falls on you and you may get shocked, or you may get injured or even killed. So you have to be very careful. So these are some of the precaution you take if there is an earthquake. And even there are aftershocks, so you should be prepared for that. Aftershocks means light shaking, that is the tremors will not be very strong but keep on shaking. But even if there is aftershock, you'll have to run outside, better to run outside. Okay, so these are some of the precautions you have to take for if there is an earthquake. And see that you wear a boots, means shoes, so that you don't get what hit, or you don't get thorns and nails and all poking your legs. Okay, you can be safe. Then the next one is tsunami. Tsunami is also a type of earthquake, but it is taking place under the water. So when the water under the water, when there is an earthquake, what happens? Huge waves come out, and nearly 30-meter high it goes up, and we call that as tsunami. Okay, the huge waves or the big waves, we call it as tsunami. So this tsunami, it can travel at a speed of nearly 100 km per hour. Okay, 90 to 100 kilometer. 250 to 900 km per hour it travels. So with huge speed they travel. So what happens? Whatever is there along the beaches and also the coastline, everything will be washed off. Whether it is your restaurant, or whether you have car parking, or whether you are standing there, everything will be washed off. Even the trees which line along the coastal region will be washed off. So it is a huge, there will be causing a huge destruction in the coastal area along the coastline, sea or ocean, along the sea or ocean, the coastline, wherever the tsunami is there, then naturally the whole place will be destructed. So the major tsunami was in 2004. It took place in the Indian Ocean, and all the countries along the Indian Ocean was affected. Some it was seriously affected, some a little bit less affected, but there was a huge loss of life and property. Nearly 2 lakh people in total, more than, you can say, they lost their life, they lost their property. Many suffered because of this tsunami. Okay, so here what are the precautions? The one thing is, when you see the waves coming, you have to move towards a higher ground. The coastal region, if there is a small hill and all, it is better you run up the hill top. Then stay away from the rivers and small rivers, so that the tsunamis, they travel up the river. If there is a river nearby the sea, then this water will also reach the river water and increase the level of the river water. So again, it is a danger. If you are in the river, it is better you move away from the river. Then even if you are swept away, or you are washed away by these waves, you have to grab something that floats, maybe a log of wood or a plastic, which with the help of which you can float in the water, so that someone will come and help you, or to get out of the water, someone may come and save you. Then another thing is, if you are in the boat, then you have to go to a deeper water, not to the shores, but to the deeper water, where the effect will be less. Then if you are in the upper floor, it is better you run towards the terrace rather than running down. You have to run towards the terrace. And you have to be very careful with the electric wires and cables and all, because when there is water log and all, if it is going to fall down, then you may be getting shock. Okay, so these are some of the precautions you have to take during a tsunami. And next, during what is cyclones? Cyclones, with the heavy wind or the strong wind, you will also have rains. So during strong wind, what happens? The trees are uprooted or the trees fall down, and then again if it fall down on you or on your house also, there will be huge destruction and also loss of life. And mostly the cyclones and hurricanes, they happen along the coastal region. So where there is the sea coast and all, mostly those people are affected more by this cyclone. And once there is cyclone, you will have water more or less everywhere, and then so much of this trees and all uprooted, and everything is destructed. So it is better you stay during a cyclone and all, you stay indoors, inside the house, don't go out. Okay, so when there will be alerts giving, the government will give out alerts saying that on such a day there is a chances for cyclone. So you'll have to take into the consideration, you have to take up the advice, then shut down all the doors and windows of your house, and you remain inside with your family, don't go out. Okay, and or when you are inside the house, you can have all the emergency kit also ready, so that in case of emergency you needn't run here and there, but you can take the kit and then you can move from that place. Then now turn off gas and also all the electricity connections, so that to avoid any accident. Then now when you are in the house, you have to move the people and also the pet, if you have pets and all, to the stronger part of the house. That means where there will be less destruction, or where the water will not reach very fast. Then if you are going to leave home, then you have to first reach some emergency shelter which the government have provided. If you go there, they will help you out. Then you don't attempt to drive or walk in the water, because you will not know how deep the water is, and then you may there is a chance that you may drown. So you have to be very careful, you have to follow all the precaution, you have to pay attention to the alerts given out by the government. They will be announcing it in the radios or in the television, so you have to be very much alert. Then you have to move to a higher region. Okay, if you are outside also, you move to a higher region, so that you are not swept away by the water. Because of the cyclone and the rain, if there is water, then you are not swept away. Then you have to stay away from the sea, trees or buildings, because there is very much chances of the trees and buildings falling on you and causing destruction. Okay, so the next one is flood. When there is heavy rainfall, the river, if it overflows, then it causes flood. Okay, river overflow due to excessive heavy rainfall will cause you flood. And here also mostly the lives and properties are being destroyed. There are so many people who die every year due to flood. And then the crops are also lost, because when you have flood, the whole area will be under water. So naturally the crops dry up and they are destroyed, and which will lead to famine. Famine means you won't have food, enough food for all the people. So the people also will start dying because of hunger. So famine is also a very means it also cause you so many problems, because you won't have enough food to eat. All the people will not have enough food to eat, so many will die because of flood. And even if you are alive, then some will die even because of famine, because there is no enough food. And precaution for a flood is you have to move your things to a higher region, because the whole area will be flooded with water. Even some of the houses will be under the water. So before the water reaches your house, you have to take all your important things and move to a higher region where the water doesn't reach. Then you have to stay away from the flood water, because the flood water, it will be contaminated. There may be snakes, and even it will spread diseases. So some of them will land up in the hospital because of the diseases like cholera, malaria, etc., the waterborne diseases. Then keep a torch and also a radio handy, so that you can use during that time when you're moving here and then you can use the torch. And also in the radio you will get alert every now and then. The government or the radio station, it will be announcing what happens and how you can help others, or how you can come to the emergency shelter so that they can help you. Okay, and the next is managing the effect of natural disaster. So once if there is a natural disaster, then who comes to help and how they help and how they are managing it, all this we'll be studying here. So emergency services are provided, and by so many different organizations, they come forward, they provide you emergency services, and the hospitals, the police department, the fire department, and these people, they will be providing emergency services. So those who are ever is affected by this flood or by tsunami or earthquake, they will be taken to these emergency center and then they will be treated. Then certain charitable organization and also ordinary people also, they also come together, they collect money, they collect food, then they collect other items, so that these things can be shifted to the region where the people are affected, and they will distribute it among those people, the affected people. Then the armed forces also come forward, and they also help in the rescue and relief operation. If they clear the roads, then they distribute the food and also medicines and take care of these people, those who are affected. Then the UNDMT, that is United Disaster Management Team. United Disaster Management Team, it consists of UNICEF, UNESCO, then UNAIDS and FAO and WHO. So all these together, they help, they provide help to in times of these disaster. When there is disaster, these people help out. Okay, so these are the things of how they are managing the effects of the natural disaster. After the natural disaster, who are supporting and who are helping. Okay, then mostly the armed forces, you will find in the picture how these people, armed forces, the army people, how they are carrying the people, the flooded region, how they carry them from one place to another or transport them to a safer place. Okay, and down you find people, they are just making chapatis and serving the people who are affected. Together the ladies come together and they make chapatis and send it to the region where the people are affected. They are providing the food. Okay, when they are what you say, the house and all is destroyed, they can't cook and eat, so these people, they cook, they carry the food and then they transfer it to them so that they are also able to eat. Okay, so with this we are winding up today's session, and the rest we'll see tomorrow. So have a nice day. Also sit and study, read through your textbook. Go through your textbook. After seeing this video, go through your textbook and read and try answering the questions at the back. Till this portion, you can try answering it. Anyway, I'll be sending you the notes. After the second section, I'll send you the notes, so you can compare and correct it and send back the answers. After sending you the notes, you can write and send back the notes to me so that I'll correct and send it back to you. Okay, have a nice time. Goodbye. Thank you.